Okay. Lads, what is going on? Episode 46 of the Value of Talent podcast. I am your host, Harry Trades, and with me, as always, the main man, Feder.
Good morning, or good evening to all the lads. For Isco, it's morning. For us, it's evening. So I'm saying a good morning, good night, and good day, whatever you want.
Thank you for being here, Feder. And then, yeah, as Feder just mentioned then, we do have our special guest back for the part two that we mentioned last week, which is Isco. So, Pib,
You
what's going on,
guys,
brother?
good to be back. Good to be back. Ready
Yeah.
to talk about some football again. So
Yeah, thank you for coming back. We thought it'd be, it kind of makes sense to have you back again for this second episode. One, because, yeah, I mean, your transfer fee was quite large in the first episode, so we had to get our money's worth.
yeah,
Um, and it obviously makes sense that the Argentinian league is back this weekend, or maybe Friday or whatever. So
actually
yeah,
today.
is it
Today,
today?
Yeah,
yes,
today
Ooh.
at evening for me, night for you.
We have
and
Newell,
already
isn't it? Newell's this midweek, actually.
yeah,
Okay,
already big
okay.
news already. Apparently, Hoyos has dropped.
Yeah,
Wow.
looks like it. Looks like it now. Waiting for more confirmation, but most reports have said that he's gonna get dropped.
Interesting. Okay, so I was just chatting with the boys before we went live, lads, just to you guys at home. Basically, we're just going to go through first 5-10 minutes of just latest sort of breaking news in the Argentinian space, injuries, like what Isco said then, goalies dropped, whatever. And then we're going to get into sort of, the matchups for this weekend, seeing, who has, good matchups, what players are playable, any sort of low L 15 cap players. And then we're just going to go into the second half of the pod. We're going to look at sort of, projecting what this announcement's going to be in February. Loads of guesstimates, and then rivals, and then just a normal sort of Sorare chat. So hope you enjoy, lads. And I guess we could start on the Hoyos situation. Then is he like where have you heard that, Feder? Is he basically dropped?
No, I read it on Twitter with all my Argentinians, man. Isco knows. I basically follow my whole Twitter is basically just Argentinian news, to be honest, like for real. And I have at least like 15, at least probably 22 River accounts only, basically. But one of them is just general Argentinian as well. And there I read that Hoyos is dropped for. I can't. I always forget the name of the other guy. Isco, what's the other guy?
Macaño.
Marcaño, exactly. So Hoyos seems to be dropped, but it was kind of in the bubble already since we knew it in the preseason. And but this is a big shocker. Always at the beginning of Argentina League, there's one or three big shockers, and then it goes on,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, exactly. So the situation here, Macaño, he went on loan last season to Platense, who actually got to the final of the current style tournament, but last season, so like the last season's Copa de la Liga, and he was really really good. I believe he saved like most penalties in the penalty shootouts. That's why Platense got to the final pretty much. And he's been given a chance by Newell's now. I believe he used to start for Newell's a couple seasons back, but he had a lot of injury problems, and that seems to have been solved now, which is good for him because it was
By the
really
way,
getting.
sorry, because I just saw that David Richards wrote. I just want to tell him congratulations. He won, I think, All-Star Limited. So congrats to that.
He did,
Congrats on
yeah.
your Jude. And enjoy the Mr. Bellingham, best player in the world at the moment.
Let's
Nice.
give where's I'm just gonna get
That's for him.
his little like his account up here because unbelievable. I don't think I even built this lineup. This was all him. All-Star Limited. Look at that, lads. 481 points. I know it's not showing. Oh, there. Murata was playing Monday night, I
Like,
believe.
you
So
have to win a prize. Like, you have to win a Nobel Prize if you win first place with Alvaro Morata. Like, for real.
well, I mean, when your rest of your players are producing those dark green scores, all you need is a goal, right?
That's very true.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It is a funny one, but £352. That's crazy, by the way. Like All-Star Limited, Jude Bellingham. How much is Bellingham worth?
Well, not that much. 150 pounds, I would say.
Okay, 170. So it's like it's a £500. It's a £500 win, right? Basically.
That's not bad.
And I'd like
how
to
much was the
assume,
team?
yeah, how much is that team worth? Are we saying?
Probably 30 quid. I don't know.
Well, he bought £9 for Jota, £13 for
£20.
Morata, £20 to say
50.
for the start. So that's 40. Free reward, and then traded. He worked £10, bro. That's a £60 team, by the way.
That's a sick return, brother. Like for real.
Team.
And he still has the team, so he can still use that now. Instead of Alvaro Morata, he just plays Jude Bellingham and kicks and he probably
Morata
wins another time.
Well, the issue is Jude is in suspended this weekend, right?
Jude is suspended, but it's crazy that that shows that Sorare is a skill-based game for sure, but is also quite gambly in a way, because that Riemann is gonna keep the clean sheet against VfB Stuttgart. Nobody would have ever thought that in the life. Like everybody would thought like Stuttgart would train them 4-0, 3-0, something like that. But apparently Stuttgart without Girassi are not the same, which we were seeing after the break when Girassi is at the AFCON. So yeah, but huge congrats to my man. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I was very happy that you won that.
Yeah, that's insane, man. Buzzing for you, Die. But yeah, is there any shocks in I know we haven't had the line, like the game's going to happen tonight, I think you said, right? But any sort of shocks here? I know I see my boy Aguirre in there. Where's Gonzalez, the kid that you said was coming back from the injury? Is he still injured or?
Gonzalez. I'm trying to
think. Francisco Gonzalez.
Oh, he said the Olympic U23.
The under 23s, right? Okay.
Which I've been watching. Argentina played 2 games already, and they have a really good squad for that level. And I've been watching, and it looks all right. But yeah, there are some really good talents in that team. So if you have a spare time and you want to catch up on some great Argentine talents, just go watch the under 23. And most of them have cards actually. So it's a pretty good one.
I saw the Barco did the little flick between the legs. You see, that was doing the rounds on Twitter.
And then he won a penalty. No, he was great yesterday.
Oh, did he? Wow.
Yeah. He's way too good for that level, especially playing left back. He should play further up, in my opinion. Especially at U23 level.
But crazy that he decided to go instead. Immediately going to Brighton and at least try to get his foot into the door as soon as possible, because like nothing against the under 23 World Cup, but like if you want to go to Brighton, obviously you have to fight for your spot, and I would have thought he would have done that. So that's a bit of a strange decision on his side, to be honest, but hope he at least wins the title, so it had all sense.
I think what happened is that he got called up while being at Boca, and there's this like unwritten rule about if a player gets called up, you have to leave him, like let him go, and I think that's what's happened.
Yeah, but then after he got signed, I think he could have moved, because I know LAFC, for example, is big trouble because they called back some Uruguayan kid because they said don't play there, it's a waste of time, come back and have the preseason with us, basically.
Yeah, Werder Bremen did the same with Malanti, who used to play at Defensa. They bought him while he was training for this tournament, and then when the transfer went through, they called him back, and well, Argentina wasn't allowed to call another player up, so they're basically playing with one less player in the squad.
Javier Mascherano probably doesn't like Werder Bremen at the moment.
No.
What about that question from Connor there, Isco, on Thomas Jacob? Any news on him?
Yeah, I think he didn't go to preseason because he was injured, and he hasn't really been playing much. He's been playing for the reserves, but I think this year with a new coach, his chances have improved a lot. So I think he's one to keep an eye out. He's been playing for the reserves for quite a while. Looks like a good talent. I believe he's left back or right back. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I think if you have him, you could be hopeful that he could start a couple games soon, especially because of how crammed the schedule is, because we have 6 games in 1 month.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to get into the fixtures then for the weekend, or have we got any more breaking news that probably needs breaking as far as like injury? I know Lanzini is out for a month. Anything else you can think of off the top of your head?
We could talk about that when we look at River. because I need to
Yeah.
ask him anyways.
Yeah, Lanzini out for a month.
Wow.
So he's gonna miss 6 games, which is so much.
Yeah.
Then we have River are trying to sign Rodrigo Villagra from Talleres. He has cards, so it might be worth looking at. Really solid number 6, super solid, like one of the best in the league.
What is his
Uh,
name? Sorry, Isco.
Rodrigo Villagra, Vill. There,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Ooh, under 23. Okay.
Oh, he was under 23. Wow.
Yeah, until 25 as well. He could be a monster, no?
Solid. Yeah, he's very, very
But there's
solid.
no real cards of him. Only
Oh,
52
really?
rares and only 2 super rares. And the 2 super
Hmm.
rares are traded 9 months ago for a lot of money. I doubt somebody's gonna give them away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be tough. But wow,
Uh,
some really good scores though.
Yeah, supposedly Midtjylland from Denmark wanted him,
Denmark. Yeah,
but
yeah.
he rejected them. He didn't want to go there. So
Wow.
it looks like he's going to River. Yeah, it's almost done.
Those scores are so consistent, right?
Yeah, like he's that type of midfielder. Like win tackles, short passes. Try to keep the ball moving.
Like a Varela, similar to Alan Varela?
Yeah, a bit more energetic. Like he moves
Okay.
around a bit more
Yeah.
because Varela is a bit more stationary. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't
yeah.
cover as much ground. But yeah, in that sense, pretty similar.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big transfer as well. It looks like $8 million, which is
What,
a lot.
coming in to start?
Sorry?
Coming in to like be a starter?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, if you pay that kind of money, especially
You've
in
got it,
Argentina,
right? Yeah,
8
yeah.
million is unheard of at this time. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see if the deal gets done. It's really close.
Mhm.
So we'll see. Sorry if you could hear some banging. There's some construction going on.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh man.
What kind of construction? Right. Right, let's get into some fixtures then, lads. What is
Yeah,
do you want to do River first? I know that's your bread and butter. Should we do River first? Come on then.
Let's go. So lineup's pretty much confirmed, especially with all the injuries and all the players away. You have Casco, who's injured, who could have played right back. Boselli, who's away at the U23 tournament. He could have
So
played
is
right back.
Boselli gonna start on right back position or on center back position? What do you think, brother?
I think he's going to start at right back. The last couple of games he played right back. So I think that's going to be his position.
But
he
why
could play
does
both.
why does Demi want to sign another right back then? Because
I
then you
think
have 3
because,
right backs.
it has to do with the different profiles of players. So like you have on the left you have Enzo Diaz, who's like a really attacking minded player, and on the right you don't really have that because Herrera, like he is that type of player, but he's not at the level of River. When they bought him, they thought he could be, but he hasn't shown much. And then you have Simon, who's like also really attacking, but not really good defensively. So I think that Michel is trying to find like a midpoint between Boselli and Simon, a player that's really good going forward, can do the job going backwards. Yeah, basically that. So River doesn't really have that. And yeah, if you have a couple of injuries like you do now, you only have Herrera. Like that's the only option for 6 games in a month, which is crazy. So we're gonna have to see if maybe Paulo Diaz slots on the right sometime. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. I think that's the main reason why they're looking for another right back.
Okay, but yeah, or they could be 3 at the back. To be honest, they could play Diaz, Pires, and Funes, or Hector Martinez, which I would prefer because I think Hector deserves a shot and he's superb when he's fit. We saw that under Gallardo, what he was capable of doing, and then play back 3, especially back 3. Then all 3 don't have to run that much. I think with a back 3, you could actually sustain the last 4 games if it is trained in training. If obviously it's a completely new system, it won't work, and then River will lose, and then the fans will get angry again, and then everything is fucked again because the fans are imbeciles at the River. But yeah, so maybe not. But
you're turning into one of the Twitter fans.
no, man, I'm a full-blood River fan, and I know how stupid some fans are and don't understand anything about football. That's most important. So yeah, Hector Martinez probably is gonna, as we talked already, also sometimes gonna play for Enzo Diaz, especially if they want to have a more defensive part. Probably that's what I logically think, because as you said, Enzo Diaz is very good in attacking, not as good in defending. A bit like Diego Palacios, who's at the moment not playing for Corinthians because he's too offensive, for example. And yeah, so it's gonna be a crazy ride. I just hope the boy Hector and Bozelli will find the space and will get the game time. But I also, Paulo Diaz by far is the best defender, no doubt. Bozelli can be one day, but at the moment it's Paulo Diaz, no doubt. But I also like what Leonardo Pires brings to the table, because he's the only one really aggressively going into the duels and that can actually win the duels in the important moments. So I do think that Pires and Diaz should play most of the times, and I'm actually not against the back three. Especially, I never understood, Hermano, why Wademi never tried the back three with Simon, because Simon is not a classical right back, but maybe he could play as a right back in a back three.
Yeah, right wing back.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree with you. I think we could see the back three. I think in preseason he tried it in a closed doors game, so there wasn't much many reports on that. But I think it's definitely like an alternative that's been doing the rounds at River. But yeah, this lineup is pretty much the one that's gonna play. I'm really excited about Colidio because he's that second striker type, attacking midfielder, can create chances, really good on the turn. He can finish chances as well. So I'm really excited about him. And River at home, they showed last season how good they can be. So it looks like a good matchup, especially given Argentinos Juniors is in complete rebuild mode. So
100%. But brother, like just a minute, because now we see the starting 11, and I know we talk about this every day, but not everybody can read our chats. So let's talk about them in public. How do we see this midfield gonna turn up if everybody is fit? Like, let's say we get Villagra, we have Lanzini back, we have Echeverri back. Who the hell is gonna play?
I think if you have Lanzini back, I think he would slot for Aliendro in this lineup. Then if you have Villagra, he would go in for Craneviter, and then if you have Echeverri, he would go in for Nacho. The only problem there is that you would have no left-footed players in midfield, which De Micheli seems to like because he's playing Nacho Fernandez so much. So I think he wants, I think he wants that left-footed player in somewhere. So I see it like that, but until we have them all, it's not.
But Echeverri, so Echeverri is done to City. I think today it got confirmed. It was confirmed already 1 month ago, but today I think it was officially made. Echeverri, is he gonna stay until summer or until January? Because what I heard is he might stay until January, but I also then read reports that he goes in summer to Girona.
About the Girona thing, I haven't heard anything. What I have heard is that he would go join Man City in 2025, so January 2025.
Yeah, that one I heard as well.
Who takes sets in this team right now? Then is it Barco?
Yes. Yeah, Barco, Nacho, Colidio could take some, but not many. Mainly Barco and Nacho.
Yeah, that's a sick team, especially if they get Lanzini in. And Echeverri needs to show what he can do, but I'm quite sure he is up to the task, to be honest, for what I saw in the youth and the small minutes he got. But just having Lanzini in a team like this is unbelievable.
Yeah, River's team is really good, so hopefully they can produce as good as they look, no?
Yeah, that's the most important.
We need
stability.
Names are one thing, isn't it? But producing on the field is obviously the next thing. And like your Lanzini's coming home, and all these type of things. Like it needs to just work. As much as their names have done things in the past, unfortunately, you have to deal with what you have right now. And some big players to fit in, right?
We lost Nico, and Nico has been the best. I would take 5 Lanzinis. I would take 1 Nico over 5 Lanzinis, to be honest. But it is what it is.
Of course. Yeah. This juniors team looks completely different to last year, no?
Yeah. So basically, I think we touched on it on the first podcast. Milito left, and they were basically in free fall because they've had the Milito process that went on for like 3-4 years, something like that. And now, new coach, he didn't really find the play style, and he sold most of their players. Like we touched on it last time, the goalkeeper, captain, center backs, like almost all of them are gone. Complete rebuild. And yeah, that's why it looks completely different. Really excited to see what they can do. I'm not sure if it's gonna work because just looking at this team, like there's some players that excite me, but there's also some players that are missing that are super key, like Redondo, who's probably leaving, yeah, and also the
Milan,
Cesare,
maybe.
yeah, who's also the Cesare, who's also leaving for Racing. So yeah, they're losing more important players and not really replacing them. So it's going to be interesting to see what Argentinos juniors can do.
I know Josh is happy about the Cesare, but I never understood why they let him go to Racing. Especially they want a new build. I think he's perfect for new build. I don't know why they're selling him, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. Great business by Racing though, because he looks
Great
really
business.
good. He's
a
only
good
like
kid.
what, 21, so yeah, he's still got
I
room
think
to
so.
go. Now Boca, again, this Boca side, pretty much the one that's gonna play on the weekend. You have Lema, the new signing, and then Bushaude also, who played last season. I think he's gonna have a big role to play. He's gonna play behind both Langoni and Merentiel, and he showed in preseason against Cordoba, I think it was. He got like 3 or 4 chances, running into the box with a low cutback cross. So I think they're looking for him to be like the creative engine and finish off some moves of the side. So I think Bushaude has really good potential to be something special this season. The only problem I would highlight with him is that his contract is a loan, and it's up until the mid season, and he has like a 10 million option to buy, which is probably not gonna get.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's too much for Boca. So
Yeah.
did they call for Meluso? I see Meluso still has a spot in this team. So why the hell are they not calling? Like, for real?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on Meluso to Boca,
I
but
know,
if
I
you
know.
manifest it, maybe it works.
Let's go, Meluso. If you hear this, go to Boca. They have an open spot, and it's perfect. Maybe you can get national team there because it's good.
Yeah. Another problem is that Sarachi got injured, and probably Fabra is going to start. Fabra, of course, I think we talked about it in the first episode. He basically gifted Fluminense the Copa Libertadores in the final, so fans aren't happy with him. Good thing for him is that Boca is not going to play in La Bombonera until the 4th game week, because just the state of the pitch is so bad that they decided not to play.
Wow.
And so they're going to delay it, which is weird, going into...
They're playing away, are they, for 3 games?
Yeah, they're playing away the first 3 games.
But why is it so bad, brother?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's why it's so weird. Like, coming into a new season and your pitch is not at the level it should be, it's odd. Let's see. So we have Racing here. There's a bit more doubts with Racing, just in a couple of places. Arias looks nailed on to start the season, which is good for Arias owners because the other guy still doesn't have cards. So yeah, Sigali also again looks like he's gonna start. He got an injury and couldn't really do much preseason, but it looks like he's gonna start. Then you have Quiroz or the new signing Germán Conti. It looks like Quiroz is gonna start again. Really good young player. I believe he was on loan at Sarmiento last season, and he played really good. He got called back as more of like a depth piece, and now he's gonna start. Yeah.
Where's the Cesare gonna play? For Sigali?
I have no idea. Racing have signed like 3 center backs already this window, so it's gonna be really tricky to see who's gonna play center back.
Sigali
at
is
the
injured
moment,
a lot, so that's fine.
Yeah, at the moment with the Cesare gone and Conti only like joining the side like a week ago, so he's had like 2 or 3 training sessions. He's still not ready to start. Any chance we get Olympics coverage?
Never.
I have
never,
no
brother.
idea. It would be really fun. Oh, that's another.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, I got them confused. There's so many same last names that sometimes trying to keep up with everyone is a bit confusing.
Is
Santi-
it? Go on.
Yeah, one.
Santi would
just-
play for Miranda if he gets the spot.
Yeah, that's one of the doubts. Santi or Lolo Miranda in midfield.
Ooh, there's your
But he
boy
won't start
Johan
this one.
Cabanero.
He won't play because of the preseason, probably because he came pretty late, right?
Yeah. Again, another signing, yeah. So there seems to be that going on at Racing, just players that joined late, couldn't really do the preseason. But most of them, if they are fit and running, they're probably starters. Especially Sosa. I think the coach really likes him.
He's amazing. Man, I'm saying this since 3 years how good he is. And one of the first super rares I have. This man is a pulpo. It's for real, like a kraken, however you want to call it. But amazing guy. Like even at River, he was so good. Then Atalanta, I don't know what Atalanta did to him, but Atlanta. Sorry, I'm not in it. Atlanta.
Yeah.
But man, I'm so happy for Santi. I'm so happy for Santi, and I hope he smashes, like for real, because he deserves it.
Yeah, I'm really hoping he does too, because I love watching River Academy players just succeed. But yeah, this Racing squad is probably one of the best in the league. We're looking at like all depth, especially in the front line, because they have Carbonero, who's really good, already recovered from an ACL. They have what's his name? Roger Martinez, really good striker. He was wanted by Boca at the time. Used to play for Club America in Mexico. They have Solari, who's the Rivers Solari's brother. So he used to play for Defensa, really good winger. And then backup, they have Ursi, who they look like they're gonna sign. He used to play for Banfield. He's really skilled. Went to Mexico, didn't really pan out for him, but he's coming back to Racing. Then they have this guy, Maxi Salas, as backup for Roger Martinez. So yeah, this Racing squad is really, really solid. And I think go on.
Is it finally Almendra season, or
looks like he's gonna start this game? Yeah, but they also have again Nardoni is away with the U23, so he could slot in. I'm telling you, this Racing squad is stacked in depth.
Really?
Yeah. Hopefully they can produce again on the pitch, but their depth, looking at it on paper, it's really, really good.
And Quintero's the main man, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch some highlights of him after we did.
Oh yeah, he's incredible. Like, so good, so
and
good.
Josh saying they have Baltasar Rodriguez also as depth, and he's also away with the U23. He came to life last couple of games last season. I believe he scored like 6 goals in like 8 games or something crazy like that.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really good player. So yeah, this Racing squad is stacked. Really excited to see what they can do.
Who do you want next?
San Lorenzo Velez. Tavares Corba, a good friend of mine, Marco Portillo, is gonna go there.
Yeah.
So
let's do
Just
Velez.
any is fine. Velez again, new coach, new players. Their lineup is pretty much confirmed. It's the one that they've been playing most of preseason with, except for Mamana, who didn't really get much time in preseason. I assume it's because they wanted to keep him like away from injuries, just because he's so injury prone. But he looks like he's gonna start. And yeah, this team looks really solid again on paper, especially compared to the one last season. They didn't really have a goalkeeper last season. They brought in Marchiori from Atlético Tucumán, who was on the short list by River. So, and he was really good. Every time I watched Tucumán, I really liked him. They have, of course, Mamana, really good quality. Yeah, go on.
They had to play Burian last week. That's last season. Tells you everything. That tells you everything.
not a great goalkeeper pairing. But yeah, they have Jaras playing because they have Joaquin Garcia away in the U23 again. So I think when he comes back, he will probably be. 1 second.
Valentin Gomez was not called up for the
U23.
No?
Weird.
Very
he
weird.
Wasn't called up. Weird.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's also
Who
really
did he
good.
call up? Who did Mascherano call up?
Malanti, who went to Werder Bremen.
Yeah.
Di Cesare, Valentini, and I'm forgetting one. Because I think it was.
Should have called up Gomez. He wouldn't have had the problem with Malanti.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I
Crazy.
think we touched on Claudio Aquino last time I was on here.
Yeah.
He looks really good. Still has no cards, but Luján. He called up Luján from San Lorenzo. Josh on the chat. Yeah. Also, youngster Lenny Lovato, who was last couple of seasons, he was on the cusp of getting a start, and it looks like he's going to be a starter this year. Really good, tricky winger, fast. He's not the best at finishing, but he can score goals. He has scored goals this preseason, and he has a bunch of cards because he's been being minted for like 2 years now without really getting playing time. So it could be one to watch.
£15 for the
Yeah,
rare.
he's also Brazilian, so who doesn't love a young Brazilian winger? No?
That's very true.
Ooh, someone was getting him off Pavel.
Yeah, see?
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
his
all
preseason was really good. That's why he's getting a bunch of hype right now. Because he did really, really well in preseason. And yeah, Velez, also excited for Velez, see what they can do. New coach and new players. Almost, I wouldn't say new squad, but like new key players makes it really exciting.
Gimnasia, are they anything this year? They don't look like from the odds. But...
Put this shit away. I don't want to see this.
Rubbish.
Go away. Go away. Wait. I don't want to see Gimnasia in my life.
Very similar team to the one last year who narrowly escaped relegation by just winning the relegation playoff. I'm really excited about, kind of excited about David Salazar. I think he could do really well in this Gimnasia side because he's that counterattacking type player, just like really fast. Basically really fast. Not as good on the ball, but sometimes just being really fast can get you places. No.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
He has a midfielder's card, which isn't great for a winger, but I think he could do an okay job at Gimnasia, and he's been starting for most of preseason. So yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Sorry, just touching on last one, Benja Dominguez. He's been around for a while now. Played for Gimnasia pretty much the whole season up until like the last couple of games. He looks like a really good talent, just still kind of raw. But he looks like a really good talent. Was wanted by Racing in the past, was wanted by Talleres this season. So, yeah, I think he's really good. Just still a bit raw, young, but there's definitely room for improvement there.
Crazy.
Fair play. Okay. And then what have we got? San Lorenzo.
San Lorenzo, yeah. So really interesting stuff going on at San Lorenzo. They have a transfer embargo.
Ooh.
So I believe it's been cleared now. But up until a couple of days, they weren't able to register any new players. So Romaña, Altamirano, Ferreira, and Tarragona, I think it was. They weren't able to get. I think they have been registered now. So that should be cleared. But yeah, this again looks like the lineup San Lorenzo is probably going to play, the one I saw. So I'm really excited about Romaña. I'm not sure if you've seen training pictures of him or if you've seen him play in MLS, but I've seen his legs. They're fucking massive. He's had like massive legs, really long. Fe.
Strange though, because in MLS he was very bad. Very bad.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. I've never watched him. I've just seen him in training, and I was this guy's huge. So I think he's gonna do well for San Lorenzo because San Lorenzo don't really demand you to be really technical because just the style of play they play is not that type of, especially for defenders, like just hoof it long and see what happens and just defend. So I think he could be really good for San Lorenzo. Especially because San Lorenzo
before Fluminense.
Olimpia in Paraguay, no? Yeah.
Olympia.
Yeah.
Olympia in Paraguay. But I think it could be really good, especially because the way San Lorenzo play and just their overall squad, they don't have much depth, so he's probably going to play most games. And also Elian Irala, I've actually never seen him play, but from what I've read, he looks like a decent little player. So
okay, cool.
Will be one to keep an eye out for.
Christian Ferreira from Newell's, right?
Yeah, Christian Ferreira. I believe he's still owned by River, so he's been on a couple of loans already. Really good free kick taker, super good. on the ball, he's great. Off the ball, not so much. I think I talked about him last time.
Yeah. Okay. And then what we got after that then? We've done.
I think that's it for the weekend, no?
That's that for the weekend. Interesting. So, if I know, River at home, is that the obvious sort of matchup this weekend, would you say? Maybe Racing?
Oh, yeah. I think between River or Racing, I think I'm leaning more towards River because I know what I can get from them.
Mm-hmm.
De Michelis has been the coach already for a year, so I kind of know how he's going to play. As for Racing, I'm not really sure, but again, on paper, they look really good. As long as the coach doesn't do anything really stupid, I think they're up there. So, yeah, I think the matchups, I think these are only the covered team. There's a bunch of teams that aren't
course.
covered and aren't playing, like Independiente.
Defense,
exactly. So I think there might be a better matchup going on over there, but
really?
Yeah. But yeah, from the covered teams, probably the best matchup is River or Racing. I'm not sure what the bookies are saying, but just that's my
Banfield, Huracan.
Independiente has the best one.
Okay.
Independiente, newly promoted Independiente Rivadavia away.
That shit.
Is that a derby?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Independiente's derby is Racing, which is actually funny. Funny you mentioned derbies because it's in a month away. We basically AFA copied MLS rivalry week, so they're doing. I believe it's game week number 7 for the league. They're doing just like all the derbies.
But they did that last year as well, right?
Yeah, they've been doing it for a couple of years now. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think I might have a chance to go to the game, to the River Boca. So yeah, I'm just patiently waiting.
Yeah. And then is there midweek fixtures as well then, yeah?
Yeah, the ones that are today on Thursday.
Okay.
So you had Newell's, I believe, Newell's and
Lanús. Yeah.
No. That's the 31st.
Yeah, this is next midweek, no? 31st.
Next midweek. I mean, there's 6 games in a month, so there's going to be midweek weekend up until February. So it's going to be kind of like a pain because it ends up being a pain in the ass because there's so little rest and so little time for information to go through that you kind of have to guess on the fly what each team is going to do.
Plus, it's not the most intelligent to start a hot week at the beginning of the season where all the players are cold. Somebody's gonna get injured. Exactly. I'm not gonna even call it, but it's gonna happen because it's just we're humans. Those players are also just humans.
Yeah. Especially teams like Central or San Lorenzo who don't really have much depth. It could be really hindered by this. But I mean, it has to happen because of Copa America.
But couldn't they have done that like in March, something like that, when the season already got in for 1 month? Like starting the season and already have like midweek, it's kind of hard. AFA could have done better, to be honest.
Yeah, but they're not the best at organizing, and they haven't been for a while now. Especially, you can just see by the type of tournaments they come out with that it's not the best in terms of
so can you reveal your lineups for us then this weekend, Isco, or are they secret this right now?
Sure, I can. I'm not set yet.
Okay.
But let's see. So I've got a Cap 240 limited lineup.
See if I can let you see. Do you want to share your screen?
I got it on my phone. So
okay.
If it's okay with you guys, I'll just
that's fine.
So Cap 240 limited. I only have like a couple limiteds. So I'm playing Arias, Said Romero from Estudiantes. We talked about them last time.
Uh-huh.
The problem with Estudiantes is that they also play today, but they play a cup game. So I'll have to be on the lookout to see if what type of team they play. Given that it's a cup game against like a 4th division side, I don't think they'll go really strong. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So I have Arias, Said Romero. I have Morales from Gimnasia. Enzo Perez, good old Enzo Perez for Cap 240. Who doesn't love a bit of Enzo Perez? And then I have Ignacio Puceto, who plays for Huracan. He used to play for Watford, I believe, and Udinese. So he was that kind of player that got loaned around those two clubs like many players.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he came back to Argentina last year. He's a bit injury prone, but he was really good for Huracan, especially managed to save them from relegation last year. So expecting big things from him.
You haven't got Mamana anymore. You traded him away.
No. I traded Mamana last year for. Oh no. Oh yeah, I did trade him last year. So last season at the start, I traded for Mamana, and then when he wasn't starting, I traded him for Pires. So I had Mamana, but I didn't really use him, and I never bought him back since because I didn't think he would stay in Argentina. Honestly, I think he would have gone to Europe because he's really good. I thought especially because he had been in Russia, so maybe.
At least I thought he would have gone to Brazil, to be honest. But
Some. Honestly, I didn't expect him to end up at Velez.
No, me neither. I thought he would have gone to Fluminense, something like that. He's good enough to play for Palmeiras and all this stuff. Like, for real. He's amazing. Mamana is amazing. And is Villalba gone to Cruzeiro, or is it still not done?
No, Villalba, I think he's still trying to decide where he's going to go.
What the hell is this guy doing? In 4
Most
days,
he's really taking his time. Huh?
4 days, the whole transfer window is done, and then he stays at Argentinos and he's not going to play. What the hell?
Then just to finish off on my lineups, I want to just quickly, again, Cap 240 rare. I have Arias and Sigali as the stack. Then I have González Pires as my captain with Paul Fernandez and Barrios from San Lorenzo in forward. So Cap 240, I think it's all right. I'm not too
no river
worried.
cards there, no?
Just wait. Then Cap 270, I have Petroli, who I think I talked about him.
Yeah, we talked about him, right?
Goalkeeper, L15 of 0. Most likely start for Godoy Cruz against Defensa. Then I have Boca defensive stack with Lema and Figal. And then I have Ascasibar from Estudiantes with Avalos up top in Independiente now, which is a big transfer. We didn't really talk about him, but really good forward. He's been top goal scorer, or really close to top goal scorer for a couple of years now. And he also left Argentinos Juniors to Independiente. So yeah, big transfer there.
He's not shown on Sorare, but he is. I have him. Holy shit, I can use Avalos. And he's playing against this.
There's been a couple of issues with that on Sorare, no? Ramos Mingo, I believe Petroli was only updated like today. Avalos also showing us no game. So I think Sorare need to get on top of
I put the ticket in for Ramos Mingo, actually, but like I told you, it's cool. But that's weird.
Put in the ticket for Avalos so we can both use
it.
But anyways, even if but it should be covered, right?
Yeah. I think if he plays, it'll get updated in time.
Yeah.
And then my final lineup.
I'm just being naughty here.
Yeah, I mean, good trade for whoever did it.
Very trady. Very naughty.
He's gonna be
£150 is like the going rate. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, no problem. On my final lineup, here's where the good stuff comes. So
here we go. Yeah.
Armani, Paulo Diaz, Said Romero again in rare,
nice.
Barco, and Colidio. So basically a full lineup with a differential just in case River banks, and because I don't have that much XP on my players, so I need.
Is that in Champ or All Star?
All Star.
Nice.
I would play it in America if I would be you. Just as a tip, like for real. Get the ETH and the card. Because the Champions All Star is too hard.
Last time I had the same question and I asked someone whether I should play America or All Star. I won America.
And he's gone.
No,
he won America and he's gone. He won it and he's gone.
He's done. He's done with us. Here we go. He's back.
Okay, there.
He's back.
Basically, last time I asked someone if I should play America or All Star. I went into America, I won it, and I would have won All Star. So yeah, I think the decision's been made after that.
Yeah, but Celtic is playing against Ross County this weekend, for example.
Yeah,
for example, just one of the weekends, so it's gonna be crowded.
Yeah.
I have to because I have a bigger gallery, so I have to play them in All Star because If not, they would overlap, and I could not play other players. But with you, I seriously would suggest you to play America.
Yeah, I also think the thing with America is that it's probably full of river stacks, especially with the way they have been auctioning the cards at the moment.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And I don't have that
they
much.
love auctioning cards. They love it.
Yeah, it's been
Okay
crazy.
then.
Getting
Right.
cards.
We'll spend the next sort of 10, 15 minutes then just having a little chat about what we're expecting in this February update, which is obviously on the mind of all Sorare players, I would say right now. Just everyone's like in limbo in a weird way, right? Like we don't know what's coming. The market's sort of, gradually decreasing because people are just don't really know what's going on, right? So I get it. There's definitely sort of fear in the market for sure. And there's good reason for that. Well, Isco, have you had any, like, do you really pay attention to any of this? Are you sort of, do you care? Like what's your sort of stance?
Yeah, I'll be
Doesn't
honest.
care.
I took a bit of a break from Sorare during my summer, so your guys' winter. And when I came back, I read something about star players being star players. I think that's what we're talking about now. But I'm not really sure what it means for the game. But yeah, it kind of worries me because I think it would mean that my River players wouldn't be able to compete with like the Jude Bellinghams and all that stuff. So I'm kind of worried, but not as much because I don't know really what's going on.
Yeah. That was referring to a tweet that Nicholas actually tweeted out in December saying, like there's going to be a few new updates, and I want star players to be star players, blah blah blah. So yeah, we don't know if that's going to actually come out in this February update. It might. I assume it will somehow, but yeah, how that actually plays out, I obviously don't know. But there's obviously been the threshold. Like talk, whether that gets redistributed, there's loads of things that could kind of happen, but it's just interesting, isn't it? There's loads of ways that they can not so much save the game. The game's not dead, obviously, but you know what I mean? Like there's things they can do, it's not as if there has to be, there's definitely things. Fed is shaking his hands there. Whether they make the right decisions or not is a different question, obviously, right? But there is definitely a lot of ideas that are circulating. I know we all like to become economists, and everyone thinks they've got the numbers, and ultimately nobody knows at the end of the day, and it's fine to speculate. There's no harm in that, but I just think ultimately this feels like one of the biggest sort of updates I feel like in a long time. And now it could be one of those where they say a lot of stuff but nothing applies until August. It could be one of those ones, like we might change the matrix in August, or wherever it is, I don't know, or they get rid of thresholds, or they reduce thresholds, increase them, whatever. They could do anything is kind of what I'm getting at.
Agree. I think so as well. But I think they have to do something. They have to do at least something, because if they say I think like if they postpone it again till August, even if they just write the matrix change and threshold is being updated, is being watched until August, everybody will become full on panic mode. And until August, they might be dead in a way. You know what I mean? So they seriously have to say something. They have to make Butter bei die Fische, how you would say in German. And yeah, they have to how do you say that the perfect way? They have to commit.
Yeah.
And if they just say la 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 again, I think people are really gonna get panicking. And we're seeing this nothing is said at all, but people are panicking left and right. Nobody's buying anything at the moment. Everybody's just trying to sell, but auctions are still on, and the auctions go lower. Every auction goes lower, except river cards, but that's an exception. And
That's true.
but every single auction that comes is exponentially lower at the moment, not because we're in a superbly bad market. We are in a bad market, but we're not in such a bad market. It's just people are super anxious, super nervous, holding back, don't know what they're doing, and just waiting for this update that was supposed to come in January.
Yeah.
You almost can't blame them, though, can you, in that sense? Because that we're just playing the game that's in front of us right now, and ultimately, there is going to. I assume there's going to be changes in Feb. Nobody knows what. So yeah, that kind of puts the fear in everyone.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
seeing a
man,
lot
it's
of people
a weird
selling.
one.
I wouldn't sell right now. Like honestly, I would not sell right now. If you hold through all this, what we have been to in the last
Of
1.5 years,
course.
basically,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't sell before a major update. If you don't like the major update, sell after, but not before.
Hmm.
Because what I'm seeing right now is people really panicking. And imagine the update is good, which I hope, and I hope it's awesome and it sweeps everybody off the floor. I sincerely hope. And then those people, I'm feeling sad for those people in a way, but it can be vice versa as well. But I'm just saying, if you hold it that long, I think you can wait another 5-6 days.
Of course.
Yeah.
Isco, have you played much Rivals?
I've been playing a lot of Rivals actually.
Nice.
So mainly I just play the arena because
Hmm.
it gets to a point where you have like 25 matchups and it doesn't really matter unless it's one of
course.
your friends. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter if you beat them or not because you don't really know the person. So for matchups where I'm not playing against my friends, I basically just play the arena. I've been on a really bad losing streak at the moment, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it, especially now that the Argentine league is back. I feel like I could really take some advantage there, and hopefully get to 700 points first, so I can get the 2 tickets and all of that stuff. That's been
That would be fun. Yeah, I'm just checking now. What is the highest?
I'm waiting for your
Wow.
challenge on Saturday, brother. I'm waiting for the challenge on Saturday.
game. You know, there's a bit of disadvantage there because at the stadium there's no really good connection. So if the lineup gets announced and I have a DNP, hopefully not. But if it, I'll be at a super big disadvantage. So
Don't tell me there's gonna be a DMP. I'm gonna get a cramp already.
I'm debating whether to play Rivals or not at the stadium, just because of that, because I don't want to lose, of course.
I'm just seeing here now. There's a guy at the top of the leaderboards, and he has 560 points already. So
yeah, long
Who
way
is
to
this
go
guy?
for me.
Does he
yeah,
have
long way
a
to go for me.
Does he have a account or does he just play Rivals?
He has 4 limited cards.
Probably all
So,
one from the rewards
yeah,
box.
won 10 days ago, bought 10 days ago, traded 4 months ago, bought 1 year ago, and they're all like rubbish. Like
Oh,
they don't
wow.
play big. Yeah, so
Mm.
the strategy is play with common cards right now, isn't it? Like there's no kidding.
Yeah.
That is the strategy. There's a
Unless you
reason
have like a full stack of rares
course.
and super rares.
Yeah.
The
It just
thing,
doesn't make sense, does it?
putting one limited already could put you at a big disadvantage.
Big disadvantage for sure. But yeah, I'm
But why?
interested to see what these.
Why?
Well, because you could get matched up against somebody with 5 rares, where
Mhm.
right now if you just play
I
5
didn't know that.
yeah.
Because I never play just common. I just play where I have my stacks and done. I'm not doing anything else.
If you play with just common, Fede, you only get matched up against just common.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
playing with supers.
I think that'll change though at some point because
Yeah,
it just
it
doesn't
has
make
to
sense,
change.
does it?
Yeah.
That's
It's
stupid.
too-
That's like super stupid. I'm sorry. Like,
There's no incentive to buy cards, right?
man,
Exactly.
that's super stupid. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes I really think they're smoking weed all day. Like, for real.
I heard they're gonna put some office in the Netherlands. No.
Underground as well.
Makes sense. Everything is explained. If they do that, everything is explained.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been really enjoying Rivals. It got me watching some games, especially European games, which I wouldn't really watch. I like European football. I watch a lot of football other than Argentine football, but some like yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, I watched some Bayern game.
Nice.
Did you
Yeah.
watch that amazing
Yeah.
game? We're so bad. We're so bad. Unbelievable. I'm fearful that River's gonna play like Bayern.
Right? I mean, Chelsea used to coach the Bayern.
I
youth
know.
team.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? Maybe. But I
Are
mean,
we-
If he wins Copa, if he wins
Yeah.
Copa, if he wins the Copa and Tuchel gets fired, I think he even has a chance to become the next Bayern manager. Like for real. Just because Bayern is all mir san mir, we need the family and everything, you know?
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
But
can
he
see
needs
it
to win
going.
the Copa. He needs the Copa for that. If
Yeah,
not,
he needs to be successful first.
yeah.
Are we a bit worried, just in general, and maybe the chat as well can have their input as well. Like, a lot of their resources right now is obviously Rivals based, and that's great. Like we understand, you need to get that up off the ground and you need to get that, to a success. But are we worried that like Sorare Pro gets pushed back into the corner a little bit? Does that feel like I get that little feeling right now that like Rivals is the bread and butter right now, you know, and like, which is fine, but I just
Nah,
worry
it's
that
not really
is the
fine. But
resources going into Sorare Pro as well is kind of my question.
yeah, that's the thing. And where it sounded really alarming for me, to be honest, it's when you download the app on the App Store,
App
it's
Store,
not
it
called.
says Rivals now, yeah?
It says Rivals and not Sorare anymore, which is
Yeah.
crazy to me. Like, how can you do something like that? And like, man,
Mm.
I'm a bit worried about this sense. It's a bit like limited and the World Cup. You remember the Common World Cup and everything, where they gave
Yeah, yeah.
all the energy to this stupid free to play shit, and then forgot the whole pro stuff. And after the World Cup, the whole decline actually really started because they were just on to this free to play users and nothing else. And I'm a bit worried that it's gonna happen 2.0 or is happening 2.0. And yeah, they need to understand that pro is their bread and butter and is the only vehicle that somehow in 10 years people are still playing Sora.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I don't think I'm right in saying this. But I think the app is called Sorare Rivals
Yeah,
because
you're
the
right.
main focus of the app is Rivals. Like
True. Okay, fair enough.
you can line up your players, but when it comes to like the market and everything, it's
Mm.
still not quite there as the web. So I think it's called Sorare Rivals because the main focus of the app is most likely going to be Rivals. Because
Yeah,
the if you
makes
go on
sense.
the page, if you go on the Sorare page, it's still called Sorare.
Makes sense. I have to say one thing because I haven't talked about Rivals much. I like it. I enjoy it. I think it's fun to play against friends. As Isco said, I just enjoy playing against friends. Problem is, I'm a bit unfair because I kind of have the cards to play, and it's a bit unfair if I play against limiteds in a way,
Yeah,
even
I
if we
wouldn't
just
want to
have.
be your friend. I wouldn't want to be your friend if we're playing Rivals, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly, exactly, and so that's a bit unfair, but I really enjoy it. I think they made it quite accessible and easy to understand, and I think it's could be a good mechanism to launch and to get new users understand this beautiful game, which it is. I think it's the best game on the world, like for sure. If not, I would have already sold 10 times because what they're doing. And but I believe in what this platform can actually be and done and dopamine it gets. But going back to Rivals, I think it's still like the UX, and I can say that because I worked in that as a product manager, is a bit off, to be honest. It's super strange sometimes. You have to navigate outside to get inside to change the lineup and everything. That's just not very quick and simple. And they need to focus on that if they do Rivals, because people, especially if they play Rivals and especially if they're free to play, it has to be super super easy. And if you
Yeah,
don't really understand how to change your lineup, and then you have to go out and look on my lineups and not on Rivals, and it's super confusing for people who don't understand the game and are not willing to spend 5 minutes on the app, basically.
true,
that,
true,
that
true.
that that was a real turn off, and I think that's another thing I have to say. They have to make that better now again as well with the pro, because the pro got so complicated now with Rivals, how to set your lineups,
Mm.
where to see your lineups and everything. They have
Yeah,
to really do that, because before it was super easy, super clear, super straightforward. Now it's like 2-3 steps before you actually see your lineup, and that's not good.
true. Yeah, I think finally just to finish off on Rivals, I think for me, and I think Quinny tweeted about this, but
Mhm.
Rivals gets people to watch the game because how many times have you hang out with your friends and you're like, oh, let's watch this Champions League game, blah, blah, blah. And then you look around and everyone's on their phone.
Yeah.
It happens to me a lot 'cause when I hang out with my friends to watch some like random
Yeah, but
Champions
that's
League
what I
game.
love about football. That's what I personally love about football, because you can hang out around with your friends, but still chill on your phone. Even I like I'm still, if it's not a derby, I'm even if Bayern plays, River plays, or Milan plays, I would say 40% of the time I'm on my phone.
Oh no,
Mm.
for
And
me,
with
no, for
one eye, with
me,
one eye only on the game.
for me it's
Especially if,
totally like the other way around. When I'm watching a game, I like especially when I'm with friends, I'm like the purpose of hanging out is to watch the game and you're not watching the game, like come on. And when I'm at my
Yeah, I get
house,
it.
and I have a game on, I watch the game. Like I try to be away from my phone as much as possible. Of course, sometimes I am on my phone, but if I have a game on the TV, I like to watch the game.
Yeah, it does the cool thing. Yeah, I agree. Especially if you're alone, that's true. But if you're friends, I like to talk about the players playing as well. So it's interesting. It depends also on the game, brother. If Milan plays against, especially Serie A, I love Milan, but the Serie A is so boring to watch sometimes.
Oh yeah, I don't watch
Yeah,
it.
like if Milan plays against Empoli and you just like you have to
You
watch
fall
on your
asleep,
phone.
yeah?
If not, you're gonna get crazy, like for real.
No, but I like watching. Even if it's a horrible game, I still like watching because there's always something you can learn.
Okay, I challenge you
Yeah.
at the next Milan game. I know it's gonna be boring. I'm gonna challenge you watch that game.
No, I'm not watching Serie A. I haven't watched Serie A in like 2 years because it's so boring.
The Derby d'Italia you can watch. That's gonna be a crazy game.
Yeah, those big
Right,
games.
let's. Sorry, Scott, I was just going to say, let's end on this Rizzle question then. Hi, lads. Quick question about the MLS. Should I wait for new season cards or buy now? What would you say, Feder?
I would wait, especially how Sorare is doing it and how Sorare's rules are.
There might be an MLS
set.
comp or something, new cards. You never
MLS
know,
comp, plus you're losing the 5% super easily. And it needs quite some time nowadays to build up the percentage because they tweaked it. So I would definitely wait. If you don't have the cards yet, I would for sure wait.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, lads, it's been a pleasure. Isco, Feder, thank you for being here with us. And yeah, massive weekend of Argentinian football. We'll definitely sort of catch back up at some point in the next couple of weeks.
Now that I got the hat trick, thank you guys for the ball.
Ah, there it is, the signed ball.
You guys signed it.
Wait. Madonna. There. Bam!
Here it is.
Feder's figured out how to use his camera. Yeah, it's a lovely ball. We sent it over next day delivery. It cost us a lot of money, didn't it, Fed, out of the budget?
Yeah.
But, you know, we have to do that for you guys. So, yeah, no, appreciate you being here. Fed is sending the love. And, yeah, lads, we'll catch you, in the next episode. It might not be live next one, but that's fine. You know, we only do special live appearances when we have Isco on. So, yeah. All the best this weekend, brothers.
Bye-bye.
Jesus!